I'm excited that it's episode 9, because like he just said, our cameraman said we grinding, and I do feel like we is grinding, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the grind. Y'all excited or no?
Yep. Yeah. I'm excited every day I wake up.
Yeah. I know. I'm definitely excited every
Yes,
day I wake up.
yes, sir. You know it's a blessing when you wake up every day.
It is.
You got that youth factor, bro. Y'all got that youth factor.
Well, you looking youthful than a motherfucker over there. Looking quite spliffy. But it just, like I said, it just seemed like it's always good when you're grinding for something and doing something and you see it getting better and progressing, you know what I'm saying? It just feels good to be at episode 9 when we were just here at episode 1, you know what I'm saying? Now we getting it together. We got the website up, StoneyInTheCity.com. We got the YouTube channel, Stoney in the City. So if y'all haven't already went and got with those, or just want to look at the old shows on StoneyInTheCity.com, y'all need to do that.
Hurry up.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Hey, sir.
You can bring him on down. But of course, I am your girl Stoney, and I have my 2 posts here, and they are in the building.
Jada Ross Company of Kings.
Nails cat, meow.
And I was washing my clothes, and you see, I found this shirt.
Oh, that was one of the first ones.
Right.
That was one of the first ones.
I saw this baby. I'm like, oh. And remember, I could barely fit it when I first got it. That's why I never wore it.
So you she might have dropped another 5 pounds.
Hey, I don't know about 5.
I think she dropped another 5.
We might want to get that out the way right now, because I think liquor brings more weight. You know what I'm saying? So let me get on that scale right now. What was I last week?
194.
194?
He was drunk.
Oh, come on, don't do it.
Y'all see she got all these drinks.
Me too.
And yeah, you got me drunk, nigga. All right, so I was 194 last week. Let's see what's going in.
Let's do it.
Oh man.
What is that?
This wrong. Wait.
Wait. Go back on.
All
Let
right,
it reset.
Reset this bitch. It was doing like 8 different things.
Okay,
No
go
lie.
back on.
Come on, you got weights in your pocket.
All right, ready?
Come on, Stoney, let's do it, girl.
Okay.
What is
194.2.
So I ain't do
193.
shit.
So that's a plateau?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Plateau?
I'm cool with that.
All right, you got to work
I'm cool with plateauing.
No, you got to
We're going
remove
to
a
take one of
pound
these
for the
drinks
body
away.
pack.
Excuse me?
You got to remove a pound for the body pack.
Oh, I got a body pack on. That's an extra pound. Because when I left out the house, I was 191.
Right.
So I don't know what happened on my way down here, but I'm 194. But at least I was 194 last week. So what I didn't do was get bigger. So that's good. And I probably got inches off. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Probably.
Yeah, so I'm going to say it was inches off. So anyway, I feel like I've been doing really good. I've been drinking a lot of water and I've been going to the gym. Have y'all been in the gym?
Yes.
I went last night. I was at Lifetime.
I go
for about
after
12.
here 4 days a week with my trainer. And I'm gonna go when I leave here and she's gonna kick my ass.
I know that's right.
Charmaine. That
Charmaine.
Just Train
Oh,
on
yeah.
Mayfield. She kicks my ass.
She sounds good.
She is.
Now she's up. And I want to, even though this has nothing to do with a diet, clearly, this girl, her name is DJ Sweet Treats on Instagram. So you had those. So she had these, and maybe that's why I plateaued.
Exactly. See?
Maybe that's why I plateaued. These bitches so good though. I brought them to let other people have them, so I wouldn't eat them all. These are for you guys.
Please,
you know what I'm saying?
Get them away from this
But
table.
I'm just saying, if y'all are not on a diet, you know, these are some really good cupcakes. Y'all might want to go check them out. That's all I was saying. So this week, current events, of course, rest in peace, Nipsey Russell. Hussle, sorry. See the friends speaking in. Nipsey Hussle. It's so fucked up because I was out of town and it was so crazy because we were just on some other shit and then we got that news and everybody is like really feeling it like, you know, like this literally is like the Tupac of this era. Do y'all believe that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I listened to his music, but I really didn't know how much he stood for and what he changed with the culture and the moves that he was making. I really wasn't up on all of the moves he was making.
And he clearly was making a lot.
Man, the man was major.
I was aware of his moves, but I didn't listen to his music. The number one thing I remember about him when he first came out, he had a mixtape. He sold 1,000 mixtapes for $100 a pop, and that's how he got on. And the second thing that I remember that I was really impressed with him was that he owned all his masters.
Right.
So when you own all your masters, you control everything. So I was more aware of his philanthropy than his music because, it just wasn't my type of music. But he did so much. Right.
Last time that I checked.
That dedication, boy.
He did a lot.
Right. And if you know when people pass, everybody go and listen to your music. You know what I'm saying? Everybody bumping your music. And if you listen to him, like, you be like, damn, this nigga was really on some shit. Now, I've been hip to him. I wouldn't say I was a huge Nipsey fan, but I did know he was like some exclusive type of nigga, and I did rock a few of his joints. But I'm mad that I didn't know about how much he was doing for the community, because clearly he did a lot for the community. Everybody in LA that's from LA, like, this literally is neighborhood Nip. Like, he fucked with his neighborhood.
Yeah.
But they it's interesting. Tariq and she, the guy that created Hidden Colors, had just posted something about how the police is mourning him, but every other week they was running in his marathon, raiding his marathon.
Well, I mean,
and never finding nothing. They got him in cuffs, standing in front of the place every time, talking about he doing something illegal.
Well, you know what come with that, man. They got to check the temperature sometimes to see if he's still 1 foot in or 1 foot out.
Because I saw a video of the nigga smoking a blunt in front of a police car. I don't know what's going on.
That's California. That's
Yeah,
one thing.
I don't know what he was into. But the thing I'm saying is, how come I didn't know about how much he was doing for the community, for the culture? You know what I'm saying? That's the shit. My question is, how we don't, we sleep for real, you know? Everybody want to be so woke all of a sudden, but we really sleep because how everybody, it's a lot of people that didn't know about Neighborhood Nip, how much he was doing. Even if he just doing that for Cali, he doing it for the culture. He doing it for us, and we in Cleveland for real. How I didn't know that, and we need to like step our game up about really doing research for motherfuckers that's doing good things. All them good people that got so much shit to say about him, good things to say. And all I knew was last time that I checked, all I knew was the songs. Like I feel, and people are literally saying, this was like our era, this was Tupac for our era. Like that's a heavy, that's something heavy to, hell yeah. And everybody agreeing with it?
My brother lives in Los Angeles. He's a professional skateboarder. And he kind of favors Nipsey Hussle. So he would go to that.
Really?
He was at the vigil.
Really? I gotta go see brother.
You remember my brother? He do, because he has the braids. He got the braids, and he got the beard and everything. And he lives in LA. So when Nipsey Hussle got killed, he called and was telling us, me and my mom and my sister, what's going on in Los Angeles, because he lives there. And he went to the vigil, and it was a riot. And he said that when he walked up, that people was doing triple takes at him because he looked so much like Nipsey that people was walking up to him, hugging him, crying, touching his hair because he looked so much like him. And he said that Nipsey was such an impact there that they getting ready to name a street after him. He said all kind of stuff. He said that this man gave away. He said he employed so many people. He owned a housing. He was building a housing complex, like a CMHA type. And he said that he did so much work on Crenshaw for that area in Los Angeles that when you killed him, you didn't just take him away from his family, you took away jobs. You took away, it was people who didn't eat, people that came home from jail. He had programs for people that, like a re-entry program.
They said he was there that day because he was, one of his dudes that just got out of jail, he was meeting him. Yeah, he was meeting him to give him some clothes
he had
that day.
He had a re-entry program.
Did y'all see the videos?
Yeah, I didn't want to really look at that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen everybody posting videos of the actual scene. I really don't want to see that shit. But this is what I also wanted to say about the women. A lot of women damn sure don't know Nipsey because they don't even have, it's a lot of women that don't even listen to music anyway. They just be like, hey, vibe to the music.
Right.
But a lot of women respected him because of how he put on for his wife and his family and how he was so family oriented. Everybody wanted that, Nipsey, I want a Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? What she do to get that nigga? You know what I'm saying? Everybody just liked the way he loved on his family, how he spoke openly about his woman. You know, that's everybody's dream. So it was like the women really like, oh, Nip, Nip, I feel you, baby.
That motherfucking cold. That's why he's speaking on it.
Baby.
I really felt bad for Lauren because 20 years ago myself, I had a boyfriend that was murdered. And his name was Darnell. They called him D Nice. He was from 140th to St. Clair. He was shot 5 times in the chest. And that was my first love as an adult. I loved him more. I would have probably traded Bree. I would rather be with him than Bree. And when he died, he got killed, and he died at Huron Royal Hospital, which is no longer open. So to see that video of her screaming, "Is he okay? That's my husband," it gave me flashbacks to the pain that I went through, because it's tragic, and it's sad that our culture, we really don't stick together, you know, and it's really sad that when the good ones go, and people like George Zimmerman, you can't find his ass.
Right. How people be so quick to shoot Nipseys and all these other motherfuckers, but Trump's still alive, Zimmerman's still alive, like all these hoe ass niggas out here, like why?
Hoe ass niggas.
Yeah, fuck it.
You want to hey, we gonna edit that part.
Fuck it. Don't tell him I said that though. He let the few niggas out the bed. Look, see, the thing about it is, like with Trump, he be having so much, I feel like he racist, but a lot of things he be doing, I be feeling like shit, he needs to do, because for real, we be all fucked up, ready to just point our finger against him before we listen. But I know he let a lot of my friends out of the feds. A lot of my niggas be like, man, Trump, good looking. I'm like, Trump, we don't fuck with Trump. He like, who don't fuck with Trump? We fucking with Trump. So I don't know exactly what these things is he's doing, but he's getting a lot of people that had long time in feds, all kind of different programs and shit where they getting out. So
I didn't hear that.
you ain't all these niggas that's out of jail?
I don't know the nigga that just got let out.
Oh my goodness. It is so many people. Literally, I'm not even playing. It's so many people getting out on this Trump thing, and like a dude called me from jail. He's like, yeah, I got like 4 years taken off. He had like 20. So he got like 4 years taken off for Trump. He's still about to be gone for a minute.
But his reason for doing that is what? Because he feel like he's been in jail too long.
No, it's like it's like some reform program that they got going on.
Maybe like people like
a drug offense.
Like what Obama did
some
couple
shit,
years ago when he took sentences off.
Yeah, it ain't really personal. It was just some shit, some law he passed.
I think I have a cousin named Put, and he been in jail for 30 years. 30 years.
Where Put from?
Oh shit. Cedar.
Alright, Put.
That's his name, Put. And he been in jail, we've been in jail 30 years. It's been so damn long. But he was telling me the other day that there's a new program going out that he's trying to like apply for to be able to get early release. So maybe that's what you referring to.
I don't know the details. I just know niggas getting out that bitch.
Well, I hope they let him out. Free
Put.
Put.
That shit, I don't think he did shit.
I think he did, so I ain't gonna take him away.
How do you feel about the wall situation?
I feel like he can go on and put the wall up because, like I said, I saw on First 48, some man from Mexico came over here and killed all these women, and that he just was killing people for no reason. Just killing all these women. I saw that shit on First 48. I told y'all about it before. So maybe if the wall was up, people like that wouldn't get in here.
So the wall saved us.
But here's the thing.
I think that's slime ball.
But here's the thing. When you leave the country, you got to follow protocol. So why y'all get to come here for free, but when I go out of the country, I gotta have my P's and Q's and shit.
Yeah, I'm not really against the wall.
You know, so
against the wall. The
okay.
wall to keep us in.
No lock doors.
The mass killers, they won't. They here.
So you saying fuck the wall, keep the wall, no wall.
The mass killers is white people.
Okay, I see where you're going with
They
this.
arrest them. They don't do it.
So look, I have a question on the Nipsey side. Like, I seen a post that said by doing this, it's created a bunch of other Nipseys. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, by trying to silence him when he was so strong and powerful, it's creating a bunch of other Nipseys. Do y'all agree with that?
Hopefully.
Do y'all? Because I mean, we could use a couple more Nipseys.
well, first of all, you gotta have somebody who's strong and not just their mind, but their spirit. to stand up against the masses and say things and be a nonconformist.
Exactly.
You know, because everybody that we, you know, in the world, not everybody's a follower.
Yeah.
You know, and they're making us into followers with social media. So if you have a person like Nipsey that put his money where his mouth is, you have a person like a Malcolm X, or if you have a person like a Martin Luther King that are there willing to go out on the front line and lead by example, not just by words. Because that's the true test of a leader, is your actions, not your words. If we got somebody that's strong enough to do that, I hope so. So hopefully this new generation we'll see a new Nipsey.
I'm just saying, but why can't we be Nipsey?
Yeah.
Well, you're a Nipsey every day in how you conduct yourself.
Right.
Because you got to remember, my grandfather told me this. My grandfather told me that the public eye never sleeps.
Exactly.
That somebody's always watching. And you never know who you inspire. So just you being here in your presence, you planting seeds of righteousness and seeds of opportunity and
So I'm
entrepreneurship.
Nipsey. So I'm Little Nipsey.
Little Nip.
It's in you, not on you.
Little Nip.
You can't make that shit happen. You can't buy it. You can't do nothing. You can't go purchase it at sex.
Okay.
You can't do none of that shit. That shit gotta be in you. You gotta be about that life from the jump.
Yeah.
And be ready to
Do
die
you gotta
for
be
that
about
shit.
hold on, wait a
I mean,
minute.
that man said he was ready to die for that shit in his music. If you talking about being a Nipsey, you gotta go all the way through
I wanna
it,
be a
right?
Nipsey Jr.
Okay, baby Nip.
Baby Nip. I wanna be Baby Nip. I don't know. I'm ready.
You don't stop that last time that I checked.
Man, what?
don't stop right there.
Not last time that I checked. So let me tell y'all real quick. Over the weekend, I was out of town, and people always tell you in your city, no, you don't gotta go nowhere else. You don't gotta do this. Your city cool, all this other shit. Bye, Cleveland. Anyway, I was out of town. It was so many people that I met that was so passionate, so ambitious about all type of shit that they was on. It was like, I like seen a red light, green light, whatever the fuck light come on.
Where did you go?
I went to New York City and New Jersey. I went to New York and New Jersey. So we already know how New York City move. Everybody moving fast. Everybody doing so much. Everywhere you go is people walking in the park by the gang. Everybody in fit. Everybody get fit. Everybody got a dog. Everybody coming through the city doing this, doing that. It's just everybody is trying. To me, it felt like I felt like I was at home, like, wait, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't got the coins for New York right now, because it's a pretty high city, very. But the pace that everybody was moving in, it was like everybody was grinding so hard. Then I come to Cleveland, like people be just at a standstill for real. Them motherfuckers, everybody that I met had so much going on, like a million different things. It really made me feel like I need to step my shit up for real. Because they all moving and pushing and trying, and then it be so many people so stagnant here in Cleveland and not really giving a fuck about it because they having fun. You know, people love to kick it in Cleveland more than they love to work. You know what I'm saying? They do. And I'm sure it's a lot of fun fuckers out here working. Don't get me wrong. But for the most part, people be loving to kick it like a motherfucker here. Them people was moving so fast I could barely even keep up.
So now you see why they call it the city that never sleeps.
I see.
You know, so when people, that's why they said in New York, if you could make it there, you could make it anywhere. Because the city was designed for you to have to grind. It was designed for that. You know, when city planners develop cities, they have different type of people. Sorry, no more drinks. They have people designed on who they want to marinate there. So if you feel like you need to be in New York, you need to go.
I don't know if I need to be in New York. I just know, first of all, like I said, I know it felt like I should have been there. I don't think I need to be there because all that New York, you know, like parking and
all
that. Yeah, it was like I said, we met a dude that was on Wall Street. He has an office on Wall Street. He told us his story, how he was from the projects. He's from the Bronx, you know, grew up in a home with so many different people in the household, you know, watched his mama. So he wanted to make sure he helped his mama when he got up. Education was the key, you know, and he now is one of the only minorities on Wall Street. It was very motivating, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he got on a blue suit. When we go get something to eat, he put on his blue Scully. Like, nigga, I'm still that nigga from the hood. But I know that I gotta put in this work to get where I want. But I feel good to say where I'm at. We walking down the hallway, his picture on the wall and shit. Like, yeah, this is my firm right here. This me. it was very motivating because, like I said, to see people that look like us, but telling us this story like they came from where we came from, but they putting in that work to go to where they want to go is just motivating. Cleveland got stories like that too, I know, but I'm just saying for the most part in Cleveland, we like to kick it, we like to party and not really put our priorities and our goals at the forefront of what we want. It's a lot of people it is before everybody be like, no, nigga, I be working every day for this shit. I know. I'm just saying for the most part, if you talking to a bunch of your peoples, how many of them are really, really going hard for what they want? Versus, motherfucker be talking about going to a motherfucking vacation and broke as fuck. You know what I'm
That
saying?
depends on which circle you got. My old circle was like that. But
Not my old circle.
My old circle was that. The old niggas. I don't got no pictures. But this new circle, everybody doing something.
All right.
Everybody doing something.
And we should want more of that, and we should want to influence more people around us to do that. Like I swear, just when you moving and you meeting different people and stuff, I be getting real uncomfortable if I am surrounded by people like, and I don't want to make my peoples uncomfortable. I be like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do for real? Because it's so many people that are really thriving and they're becoming Nipseys. You know what I'm saying? Where people look at you and see you doing really good and it makes them want to do good.
Absolutely.
You ain't even got to talk to a motherfucker. You could just see a motherfucker doing something and be like, I like the way you work, no did. You got to back it up. It's just, I feel like we should all want to somewhat be more Nipsey.
Just always remember that if you're around 5 millionaires, you will soon be the 6th.
Oh, yeah.
So you just have to watch the company you keep.
That's right.
You know, and that type of energy, and you need. Everybody is so different, but we have talents that can inspire the next person. So if you hang around ducks, you're gonna eventually quack. If you hang around eagles, you'll eventually fly. So you have to pick and choose who you put in your circle.
So does that mean that if you run with hoes, you a hoe?
I never really thought that. I never really thought that.
Y'all picking and choosing when y'all want to
Well, hold on,
play this shit.
I didn't pick and choose anything. You didn't let me finish. I was gonna answer your question. I'm gonna say this: it's a difference between being sexually liberated and being a hoe.
See, there you go.
Explain that.
Okay, well, I'm about to be because let me flex my. Hold on, let me. Okay.
Because everybody that is a hoe ain't necessarily a sexual hoe because you can be.
I could be your hoe.
Right. So here's the thing. This is.
I ain't with y'all flipping my shit around.
Okay, but here's
It's simple
let
and
me.
plain.
I'm trying to answer. Y'all want to let me answer?
Okay.
Let me answer. So. There's sexually liberated and there's a hoe. Sexually liberated is being comfortable in your skin. You like to do different types of sexual things.
Sexually oriented.
Hold on, wait, let her finish because it sounded
One
like two
more
hoes.
time, let me finish. Thank you. Sexually liberated is being comfortable in your skin, being comfortable with having sex, because sex is associated with shame and secrecy. So people are scared to be themselves, embrace their sexuality, and talk about it without being judged by the masses. Being a hoe is, I'm a give you some head for $200 was really good.
No, that's a
Hell no.
prostitute.
Yeah,
What
that ain't.
type of hoe you
That's
fucking?
a prostitute.
That's the going
I
rate,
think both of them hoes.
Okay, well, I'm saying the logistic term of a hoe, okay, or a prostitute. Now, if you're trying to say the urban hoe,
I thought a hoe was just somebody that was loose.
All we was
And
talking.
if you liberate,
everybody
you
got it.
choose
That's
to
why I
be
say
loose.
everybody has a definition.
But watch this. You make a clothing line, right?
Yeah.
If somebody call you and be like, man, I need you to make these free such and such shirts for $5 a shirt, you hoeing yourself out for that $5 because it's
So
a
hoe
payday.
has different.
Whoa.
Hoe has
That's a
different
Now, he a hoe.
terminology. Hoe has different terminology.
It's some new shit.
All we was saying was if you fuck around with.
I thought the question was if you hang with hoes, do that make you a hoe?
That's it.
How we talking? What we
Y'all
talking
take it.
here?
Let it do it.
What we talking about?
Birds of a feather flock together.
That was the main. That was the main course. Birds of a feather flock together.
Okay, well, I mean,
And the twist was, everybody was saying that if you hang around bad energy, you gonna
You'll
give
eventually
out.
gonna do
You gonna get bad energy.
You
So
gonna eventually do
the joke was,
Moving on. Clearly,
So to sum it up, if you hang with a hoe, is you a hoe? Yes?
So you gonna become one soon? It's not gonna rub off on you.
If you hang with 5 crackheads, you destined to
So
be
what's
the
if you hang with a hoe every day, you will start getting whole tendencies.
So here's the thing. What is
So
your
that's what we were saying about if you hang with a person with bad energy, you're gonna start giving off that type of energy. That's what we were basically saying, and y'all just got totally to the left because y'all wanna go around the corners and shit.
Not that you want to go around the corner.
Stay on the same street.
If you hang with a hoe, you a hoe. Period.
Now
Now your little cousin's a hoe, and I'm selling out a bill too. I
This
guess
ain't no
so.
damn hoe house.
Because for the most part, I always hung around pretty promiscuous people, and I too am pretty promiscuous.
So the answer to your own question
So
is,
the answer to the question is absolutely.
Please,
So you
thank
know, don't be sitting around acting like your friends is hoes and you not, bitch, you a hoe too.
Y'all see what happened with black people when y'all try to make points? They go all around the shit.
Just Stoney, you got some hoes that say
Oh
they
my
ain't no hoes, and they be in the city, you take that bitch out of town.
No. It don't even have to be. See, that's why I never did the whole thing, because people be capping about being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? I always spoke openly about my wholeness. I always spoke openly about my wholeness. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, I ain't gonna say y'all because it might not be none of y'all, but y'all probably here too. Be acting like y'all not hoes, be sleeping around like fuck.
They ain't never sold no pussy.
Just have a pass.
What you
You
say,
said they
girl?
have a pass?
Yeah.
That's a hoe. That's a hoe is pass.
No, what is a
A
hoe?
hoe is pass.
Last time I looked, it was a garden tool.
Okay.
I know that's
Well,
right.
you know the street lingo of hoe without being disrespectful.
Everybody have a pass.
Well, tell us.
Yeah, everybody do,
And
but
that's what's wrong with us black people.
What is it?
because
What is it?
They don't know the definition of words. They
Really?
use them so freely.
and I think you're right. We use a lot of words
y'all
freely.
use them so freely because y'all saying birds of a flat feather flock together. Y'all up there arguing about a hoe. What is a hoe?
No, we're not arguing. We just
I
having
mean,
a
well, y'all have a
conversation.
discussion. My fault.
Yeah.
My fault.
Well, give
About-
us your definition of what a hoe is.
Right, because people used to call
Hey,
me.
let me
People used
get
to
her a
call
mic
me
so
a hoe.
she can really say what she got to
I
say.
consider being a hoe because I had kids at 15.
Okay,
And I had 2 of them.
right.
I had twins.
Right, so people might say you was a hoe because you
Right.
was 15 and you was fucking and had kids.
No, I fucked and
Okay.
I got pregnant.
Okay.
And I had 2 boys.
Okay.
Y'all could say I was a hoe now.
Who is y'all?
Baby, I wouldn't
We
call
didn't
you a hoe.
judge you.
I mean, but not.
I've been called a hoe all my life.
That's a stigma you got on yourself.
What is it called a hoe, right? I mean, the way y'all up there.
But that ain't what we call the hoe. If you had it, if you had
Just
it.
because you had
That ain't
kids
no hoe.
at
We
15,
talking
that's
about
not
the
a
woman
hoe.
that
Wait a minute, I didn't even say hoe, I said sexually liberated. I tried to give you a little class.
Right, you done called yourself a hoe. We ain't called you no hoe. Yeah, we wouldn't think you was a hoe because you had kids at 15.
And you shouldn't either.
That's not what a hoe really is.
You are
A
not.
hoe,
Well,
a
you know
hoe.
what? I was on my way to.
Okay, you was on your way to hoeing.
You was on Hoe Street,
Right,
you was on Hoe
right.
Street.
Now we
You was
talking.
on your way to hoeing.
Now we talking.
You was on the way.
Somebody saved you before you ended up on that street.
Yeah, but that was a perfect example though, because usually when you have a conversation with people, it's first the point of find out
First off, she was doing it for free, and then she started getting paid.
Right, so before we cross you in a hoe, we should actually figure out what the actual definition of a hoe is.
We know that.
What is a hoe? A hoe is someone who sleeps around loosely, doing what she want to do. I've been called better.
What you say, man? I can't hear you back
What'd you
there.
say?
And another thing, the neighborhood I'm from, guess what it was built off?
What? Hoe? Lust?
Lust.
Okay.
Nah, so what
I see
neighborhood
what
is
you
that?
Right, not the neighborhood I'm from, they was built off lust. What neighborhood is you from that was built off lust?
I want to know.
Quincy, no, I'm playing. I mean, the thing about it is,
Well, the definition of
okay, we got the definition of hoe coming up.
So the definition of hoe, and there's 3 different definitions. There's hoe, a long-handled gardening tool with a thin metal blade used mainly for weeding and breaking up soil.
That ain't the hoe we talking about.
Hoe is to dig a hole And then there's hoe,
We want the
a
hoe.
prostitution, a prostitute, a prostitute, a prostitute, a prostitute. So this ain't
I take it back.
That's what I
I'm
said.
sorry.
I'm educated.
Okay.
So hoe is and
And homeless.
I can admit when I'm wrong.
and that came from
Sexually liberated.
that term came
Once
from
again,
the
I'm a hoe.
if you know the history behind
I'm
it.
still a hoe.
It came
Even
from
with that definition, I'm still a hoe.
if you know
I'm
anything.
actually a retired hoe.
She used to be, y'all.
I used to be very promiscuous.
Me too.
But then I realized my worth and I stopped sleeping around like I was. You know? So for all my retired hoes out there, you can claim your past, but you can be better.
So y'all know where the term comes
It's about being better and getting better. You know what I'm saying? I was young and didn't know what I was doing, so I was sleeping around trying to get a little thrill, not knowing that I am worth more than that.
So do
There's
y'all
a lot
know?
more hoes in here too.
Do y'all
Y'all
know what
Right
the
now,
term?
now I'm the only hoe here.
Where
Bye.
the hoes at?
Do y'all know where the whole term came from though?
Where it come from?
So there was a general
Here we go.
during one of the world wars named T.J. Hooker.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
I knew this was gonna get weird.
He used to import women for the soldiers to keep up morale. So they called them hookers.
Okay.
Then they ended up shortening it after that to hoe because they was T.J. Hooker's hoes.
Oh, that's
So-
where it all originated from, huh?
Yeah, because they was hookers. That's where the hookers turned.
Damn, T.J. Hooker.
TJ Hooker started the first hoe.
That's all.
He didn't
Thank you
start.
for
He sound
that.
aggressive
Thank
as
you
a
for
motherfucker.
that history moment, Wesley. We always need you to help us.
It started. The terminology came from a general who was bringing hoes in for his soldiers.
All right. So that's where hoes came from. TJ Hooker.
T.J. Hooker.
So if anybody ever needed the history on hoes, there you have it. TJ Hooker started hoes. I need to ask one question. Was TJ Hooker black or white, Wesley?
During that time, he was white.
During that time?
We talking
Taking change colors and shit?
So what do you mean during that time? I said, was he black or white? Why would it be during that time?
Because we talking about during one of the first wars that they were still.
I just asked, was he black or white? You saying during that time? Like
I
that
said a
TJ
general.
Hooker was another color at a different time.
Also, we changed color.
I'm trying to say it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense for him to be black if he had any type of rank.
I wouldn't even know. I don't know where hoes started. I don't know if they started in the 60s or 00 AD or something. I didn't know.
Oh, they was prostituting for a long time, but the term hooker comes
Okay.
from.
So that's what they do in Amsterdam, right? The red light district. That's what that's about.
Prostitution is the oldest profession in the world.
Okay, what we don't want to do is go down the road of prostitution. That's what we don't want to do. We know hoes are going to be hoes, you know, and we know pussy is something that ain't never went out of style. But we don't need to dwell on prostitution, Wesley. Because then I get to going down memory lane. No. But look, for real, what we wanted to talk about was literally like black on black crime, just on the strength of this whole Nipsey Hussle. Everybody was so ready to go with the whole conspiracy theory, you know, with Dr. Seppi, is that his name? Savy. Okay, talk to me, check me.
We all might be saying it wrong.
Yeah, we might be, but I'm just saying everybody was so ready to go with the conspiracy theory when at the end of the day, some hoe ass nigga killed her, you know?
Good term for her.
Yeah, good tone for her. So everybody was like, oh, y'all know this is a conspiracy theory and blase this and blase that, but actually, some motherfucker that was up under this nigga every day, taking pictures and shit, all in his videos, all on the scene, is the nigga that killed them. You know what I'm saying? Which is fucked up, but our people be so ready to go with it. Somebody else. It's this, when it's reality, it's your mans in them.
Yeah.
It's your mans in them.
It's always the one that's close to you.
But I
Ain't
think,
that
but I think
That's
that
really fucked up.
I think that also that we should allow us to allow that Nipsey situation and really be mindful how we
Right.
interact with people too.
Right.
Like,
Well,
yeah.
now that is, since we talking about being woke, so one of the things that, like she said, with the conspiracy theory, everybody all of a sudden is so woke. So we were talking about what is the definition of woke. And a lot of people, you know, in the terminology in the urban, woke is a person that know about African American events and current events and history. But actually, on a spiritual term, woke has to do with your third eye. That's why when your eye wakes up, that's why it's called woke. And your third eye chakra, which is located right here with the pituitary gland, between right here during your eyebrows, between your eyebrows, that stimulates your wisdom. That stimulates everything from awareness. So that's like for me, I have the Eye of Horus tattooed on me. The Eye of Horus for protection, and that's what being woke means, meaning that you are self-aware.
How about it's a lot of people that don't know the difference between the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra.
I don't. For me, there's a lot of people. I don't.
So okay, but
I'm that nigga.
Because people
Who the fuck is both of them?
Well, Horus is Ra's son.
But the point that I'm trying to make for you go off on another.
Right.
No, that's not the point that I'm making. So don't quit going on.
Is that Jesus' son?
Well, Horus
It's
is
an Egyptian.
Okay. Tell me where we at.
It's compared to Jesus.
But there's a lot of people that don't know. I'm that nigga.
Right. So the point of the matter is when you say woke, before you try to break it down to the lowest common decimal, woke is a terminology for being self-aware. Okay. So you have to be mindful of the company you keep. So before you put on a dashiki and Google, be so aware of who you deal with on the regular. Because most of the time when a person robs your house is somebody that's been there. Most of the time, even in the Bible, God says your biggest enemies will be those of your own household. So before when you want to be woke, first wake up and check your shit.
I got a question about these woke motherfuckers.
Please, go ahead.
It's like everybody who woke, like be sleep for real. Because
absolutely.
Everybody who act like they know so much and be woke, like what are you doing to help other motherfuckers get woke?
But see, and that's part of.
Like I don't get it because if I'm woke. Cause I'm definitely not woke. I'm sleepwalking around this bitch, for real. But if you're woke, if I was a woke motherfucker, I'd be trying though. I try to listen to people. I try to understand stuff. I try to keep an open mind about things. But it's like if I'm woke, I want to help other motherfuckers get woke.
That's the point.
But it's like when people they be so woke, and I'm like. Well, explain to me.
Because
oh no, you don't get it.
Yeah.
You sleep. Okay, bitch. Well, if I'm asleep, when you gonna wake me up?
But see, that's the whole thing. A lot of these fake woke people are judgmental.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't fit,
if
you don't fit their form of what woke is, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Woke is not a color thing. Woke is just paying attention when you walk out this building and make sure you look to your left and look to your right to make sure a car ain't coming down the street.
Right.
Woke is paying attention to where's your purse, where's your kids. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention to your everyday livelihood. And just like she says, help somebody else. If you feel like they're not paying attention and they're not aware, pull them to the side and say, baby girl, I don't think you should drink another drink.
Whoa. Slow down, big fella.
No.
Now you too woke.
I'm being silly, but what I'm saying is just like she said, if you feel you have knowledge, then share it with somebody.
Right.
Don't put them down because they don't fit your cookie cutter of what your thought is.
Because everybody always
But the other thing is with woke people is being knowledgeable that the history that is generally taught to us in America is not always correct because it omits a lot of things that like when we get shown Egyptian stuff, we always get shown the fairer side of the people in the lighter skin tone. But when you look back into history and you look at it, their noses was wide like ours and their skin was dark. You're not seeing those type of people close.
Well, that's why you have to be self-aware and go on your own journey.
But Wes, you another woke motherfucker who be acting like you can't tie nobody's shoes though. You know what I'm saying? He always be like, no, this was really this, Stoney. Well, the E equals MC squared 1.
No, stop. Let me get this right now. I can tell Stoney something, and you can tell Stoney the exact same thing. Stoney gonna listen to you before she.
You a lie. Yeah. You a whole ass lie. Cause I listen to you so much, but it's like you always be like, he always be like to let it know he knows. Well, actually, Stoney, the Egyptian queen was actually Nefertiti, and I be like, hey.
Just like that tax thing last week. I said something about my taxes 2 years ago.
But you gotta speak to people and they
so like, how you owe money for your business taxes?
Because sometimes your delivery comes off as judgmental.
Yes, all the time. Fuck up sometimes, all the time.
So and
I always ask him to
stop
tie my
Or when you
shoes
be
with
belittling a person
anything.
too during conversation. I don't know y'all conversation, but it's just in general.
He always be
you
like,
can be talking, belittling
T
a person
equals
and you don't
MC
even know
squared
it.
Y.
Yeah, sometimes you have to learn, like, don't
He
talk
always
at a
let it know that
person.
he's a very intelligent man, you know, and I always let him know that
He's
I am
smart.
not as intelligent as he, but I would like for him to tie my shoes to help me get a little more intelligent. And he be like, well, actually, Stoney,
I mean,
the thing about it is, I'm like, you know what, fuck that
but
shit,
Wes,
man. I Googled the
you can be
motherfucker.
smart. You can be smart, but still respect other people's intellect as well.
Hey, I ain't about to let y'all jump on West either.
Oh, really?
All right, look, I got a
no
question
comment.
though about that. I got something about that Nipsey shit. So do y'all think playing the fence the way he was playing the fence was really the cost of him really getting
Just
shot?
elaborate.
Well, what I'm saying is playing the fence, like, cause he an ex-gangbanger, street man, whatever, but he's not in it no more. He doing business, he doing music.
It's a lot of people that's doing that.
But I'm saying
Somebody wanna say
he
something right there.
removed from that life. So by him reacting the way he reacted to that situation like he was still a nigga in the street.
Right.
Not a businessman,
Right.
a mogul,
Right.
and all of that stuff. So at the time, in the place, you gotta let that street shit, let this nigga come through.
Right.
There's plenty of snitches that
Right.
came through
Right.
this store and spent money. And I don't know the bottom line that if the nigga was trying to hang with them niggas and kick it and do his thing with them, he was what?
I think what actually,
He was coming to try to get a job. So in that sense of trying to get a job, look, homie, you know what I'm saying? We ain't looking for no help right now. We good.
To give us your number, we'll call you.
I actually think
Instead of
that
We
like,
good.
oh, wait.
You know what I'm saying? So doing that, it's a pick and choose.
misunderstanding of when you cool with people and you come from a different area of people, then people come to you for help. We treat them differently
Right.
because people come in through here all the time and say they looking for work. But a lot of times they're not looking for work, they're looking to plant a seed. And they're looking for some things in the wrong place. And sometimes you can't be associating yourself as a business person
Right.
with people that are moving in the streets differently because you jeopardize yourself.
Yeah.
You
Right.
jeopardize your clientele. You jeopardize your business. Because what people say in the street is like, oh yeah, that snitch was in so-and-so space, or he was
Right.
riding with this person,
So now
that
they
person.
burning your
So
place
a
up.
lot of times we have to set our emotions and our feelings aside, which he got caught up in his
Right,
feelings
exactly.
and his emotions to come back and do
Absolutely.
what he did to this young man. So I think there was more guilt on his part for the fact that the knowledge was in the streets that this was his business. This is what he was known for now. He may not have been known for that, but I mean, a lot of times I got some snitch in me when it comes down to the, the nitty gritty of it. It comes down to me going to jail 30
Right.
years. Hey, listen, let me tell y'all how that really went.
Right.
Because, I mean, all of us got that type of tendency to do something that is going to have a long-lasting effect. It's just like if we had abortion.
Right.
If we had an abortion and your family knows you had an abortion, they'll never let that leave you. You're like, oh, I remember when she had an abortion. I remember, yeah, that was 40 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some things just are never, ever, people are never going to ever let it die.
Was
But
fucked up.
when you are in business, some stuff you just got to be like, I always say no is not an answer, but you can say this is just not a good time right now. That's my answer.
I say that.
Instead of saying no, I say, you know what, this is just not a good time right now. That leaves a door open to say I can come back.
So he definitely probably shouldn't have went at that. Get the fuck away from here, snitch ass nigga.
I kind of feel like if you a man of principles, there's certain shit you can waver on,
Right.
regardless of what business you in. If I was in the streets and not in transition to being legit and doing all that, like most of us have, right?
Right.
If you a known snitch, bro, I can't even associate with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, you put me in danger, you tarnishing my brand without
Right.
even working bills. So
Absolutely.
I respect them telling him. And then from the stories, I mean, we don't know what happened for
Right.
real. But they saying that it wasn't even on no greasy shit. He just told him, like, bro, you know you can't be around here. Go get your paperwork, and if your shit check out, we solid. And if not, then I can't fuck with you.
Wow.
Dude left, was in his feelings and came back and did what he did. So it's like, I don't think Nick was wrong for that. I just feel like it was one of them situations where it's like, nigga, you know where we come from. You know how this shit go, bro. You know how
Get the fuck outta here.
So go ahead on the boat. You shouldn't even came up here.
I get that. My whole life, my whole life growing up, like I always, like, even when I was in my promiscuous days, I never fucked with a nigga that was a robber. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just some shit you gotta stand for. I never gave her a robber no pussy, period. Period.
Nigga went about to rob that pussy.
I mean, just on the strength, like I always knew that they might be looking for you. I might be around. I don't want motherfuckers to feel like they know I fuck with you, so now they coming to my house. You know, I just never did that, like, ever my whole life. Like, if you a robber or known robber, if I know you a robber, if you a sticker boy, I don't fuck with you. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I don't give a fuck how good you look. I don't care about none of that. I don't, just on the strength that I'm just from the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I don't respect the robbing, stick-up ass nigga. And I just never did that. And I saw so many things come down with people who do fuck with people who get down like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not fucking with no robbers and I'm sticking to that shit. That's it, that's all. If you're a robber, you're done. Now you're done over here. Period.
You can't never get no yams.
You can't never get no yam dinners, neck dinners, nothing. I'm cool on the robbers. That's just what it is. I just, you know, like I said, it'd be crazy because so many people stand for certain things, you know what I'm saying? Or so many people think you're something and you don't have like no morals or no this or no that. Like I said, I definitely am not no perfect Patty by far. But there are plenty of things that I've stood for in my life and still do to this day that I look at other people and be like, and they talk about me? Nigga, I got more standards than you. You doing all kinds of things. You know, you can't really judge by certain people like that.
So
And I ain't fuck with these.
let me ask you, let's get back to the Dr. Sebi with the conspiracy theory, because everybody is going around saying, because Nipsey was doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi, and they were trying to, so the conspiracy theorists are saying because he was doing this documentary that he was a target.
Right.
So with the Dr. Sebi, what do you know about him, or what do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I don't, like, I've heard these stories about this, because Left Eye was into that Dr. Sebi shit too, right?
Yeah.
And that's how she got killed going over to see him in Honduras. And I think they was doing paparazzi on
No,
their car while she was driving.
well, what happened with Left Eye was on a spiritual sabbatical. But Dr. Sebi, he is actually a holistic doctor. And back in '85, he said that he had.
in New York at the time?
I'm saying in '85, when he came out with the theory that he cured AIDS and cancer by being holistic. Right. And what happened was, you got to remember, when AIDS first came out, there wasn't that a type of medicine and that type of where you could just run those tests like AIDS. Huh? Right. So they brought him on trial to prove did he cure cancer and AIDS through this alkaline diet. But he actually got arrested for money laundering for having $37,000 on him. So, and they also brought up, okay, well,
that was years apart, though.
Right,
And they said his degree, he didn't have no medical degree.
Well, he did. He was an herbalist. He was an herbalist.
Yeah.
So,
Produced a certain amount of people at trial.
well, and they said, like, the people said that, but there was still no test to prove in the beginning. There was still no test to prove.
And he won at trial both times.
He had it all documented. He brought 77 people into the courtroom, and
Damn.
And they had people that cross-reference the shit he was saying with the people that he cured. There was other doctors, like the prosecutors had their people to fact check what he was saying.
Okay, so
That's why he beat this
but
shit.
here's the
And
thing.
he won that, and then he beat the federal the very next day.
So, but
That was
here's
the case in New York, right?
the thing with him and Left Eye. Like, Left Eye left there and stayed for 30 days to go on a spiritual sabbatical, and she fasted for 40 days, and she wanted to bring it back to the United States to say, hey, I met this man, he cures people of all these illnesses, because you got to remember, cancer and HIV/AIDS, those are all dealing with your immune system. So he came out with the alkaline diet, which is all foods, a lot of foods that don't have acid in it, that work, end up giving oxygen to your cells, and drinking alkaline water. So because the conspiracy came where people saying, well, the government killed him because pharmaceutical companies don't want, if people can't depend on medicine, then pharmaceutical companies can't make money, so he was a target. So I guess because Nipsey was taking on that documentary to further about his knowledge, they say he was a target. Me personally, I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about that?
It's not true.
Well, I don't think it's true.
No, we know it's not true. The dude done got caught.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Who did it?
True
Right.
enough, but you know.
Who said that it still ain't true? Because at the end of the day, he got caught and he said X, Y, and Z. But you know how many people, the guy, you ever heard of To Kill a Messenger? The CIA book about the CIA's killing people that was running drugs for them, just so that the CIA can say they wasn't selling drugs.
Well, that's called hiding in plain sight.
But all of this stuff about Dr. Sebi is plain view on YouTube.
Absolutely.
This
Absolutely.
wasn't
Don't talk about nothing that
exposing
wasn't
nothing that everybody else don't know
That's what I
already.
said.
So
That shit was light years apart. Dr. Sebi just died.
He died in
Right.
2016.
They killed the plain dealers.
yeah, it was
Not
2016 he
niggas
was
club
doing
with
interviews.
Dr. Sebi.
Or how about them doctors that, like, it was just in the news today. 7 doctors that's found a cure for
Right.
Yeah, in Honduras. What kid?
She was in a car and they killed the kid prior to that.
Right. She had got in an accident, killed the kid.
Talking about that she felt like the kid's spirit was haunting her.
Yeah.
Oh, was
While
she?
she was in
She
Honduras.
died in a car accident.
Yeah.
Hold on. So she had just killed the kid in Honduras.
Yes.
The kid in the car and when they hit a kid.
Hey y'all.
Damn. So the next day she.
Not the next day, but during that.
While
During
she
that-
was still
while she
out
was
in
there.
Honduras. She killed the kid and then she was driving, they was videotaping her. I mean, it was being documentary,
Yeah.
whatever. And she swerved off the road. She was the only one that died in the car. Yeah, it was a whole Jeep full of motherfuckers. So she had killed the kid while she was out there. She was out there tripping off that shit. Huh?
They said there was no way to life fight her because of where she was in such a remote place. But they got her out of the car and she didn't die instantly. There was no way to get her to no type of medical attention.
But okay, so here's the thing about Dr. Sebi. His alkaline diet. I drink alkaline water every day, and I will say I will speak for alkaline water. Alkaline water does have a natural B12 in it, and I have noticed since I've been drinking it that I feel better. My skin is
It's a
clear,
cure- so
my
they-
joints don't hurt, and I will
Alkaline,
say.
a cure for AIDS or something?
I don't know, but what I will say, I'm speaking for
Never,
water.
not
You know what I'm saying?
never.
You know, I'm speaking. He's drinking it too, so
You
I'm
got
saying.
that man down, you're done.
Well, I mean, and then you also got to remember, it's different people's immune systems react differently to the HIV virus. Look at Magic Johnson. If your T cells are very low, there's a low probability of you giving it to anybody anyway. So, you know, it's just a combination of eating right. This is basics what you should be doing. Eating right, getting sleep, eat your fruits and vegetables, drink water. They let the body will, you know, fight immunity, fight colds off faster, fight diseases faster. So
And they said it just now.
If all that stuff do, I shouldn't get nothing. I drink water, I eat veggies.
They just had their second case of stem cell research proving the removing of HIV/AIDS from a person in the UK again. The second case of the research worked.
because it's based on the immune system, I feel like if the immune system is built up, it can fight it. If the immune system
My
is
immune
powerful,
system already fucked up. I get a cold at any point, so I don't want to be around nothing.
but your immune system is the one that
Where's
gets rid of
Sebi
the cold.
at? Now, where's Sebi at? I need to have
He on YouTube.
Have y'all
Sebi on YouTube. Tell you anything you need.
have y'all seen that ad for the pill? They like, we take the pill to prevent from getting HIV daily.
I won't take the pill like I don't get a flu shot half of the time. Because every time I get a flu shot, I get the flu the next week.
Yeah, put it
I
in.
don't be
Well, they put a
understanding.
virus in
They
you.
put it in.
That's what
But y'all can go purchase Dr. Sebi's
Every
pills
time
and all that
Where the
shit.
mic at? We need to take the mic off West.
Y'all had a family member got the flu shot and almost died.
Yeah.
Because it's a fast acting case of the influenza.
And she had to get it
That's
for
what
her
you get
job.
injected
She
for.
worked at Metro. She said, no, I don't want to take it. And it was mandatory. She got real sick and she seized the hell out of the hospital.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with
But
the
see,
flu
but
shot.
see, here's the thing. You
I'm
got
rolling off natural herbs
build
and weed.
your immune system up. Build your immune system up at home.
Oh, yeah, what the shit you put in your body, you gotta do that.
Build your immune system
That's
up.
what you want. Other than that, keep eating that pork.
I'm rolling off natural herbs and weed.
I said, if you don't want to put the right shit in your body, don't eat
I'm about to
that
have me
shit.
a pork chop sandwich.
You gotta do it.
Well, if you put vinegar on that pork and you see maggots come out, that's on you.
You gotta do it.
So look, I wanna it's 7:30. First of all, I wanna thank everybody for coming down and fuck with us, you know, on these Wednesdays. Y'all don't be doing nothing, y'all gotta tell y'all friends to come down. It's Wednesday, y'all ain't got shit to do. Y'all come eat this good food. My girl Marie and Tiff just came up in the spot. Hey y'all. So I did want to do real quick is I wanted to interview somebody because everybody, if y'all follow me on Instagram, clearly y'all know I've been talking about this motherfucking event since I came to the event, okay? So I'm gonna give y'all a real quick summary because I done told y'all every week this because this like for real, I'm not saying he like Nipsey, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying he baby Nip, you know what I'm saying? But how so many people knew about what Nipsey was doing and then so many people didn't, you know what I'm saying? If he was doing so much in the community, why didn't so many people know it? Like, just like I asked everybody when I went to the Heart of the Cocktail, when I went to that art show, of course I woke up the next day because I be feeling like my platform is my platform and baby, I am going to use it. And I woke up the next day like, why the fuck wasn't y'all there? And everybody's like, well, I didn't know. And I'm like, I'm just saying, like, why? Well, if that's the case, if y'all didn't know, why y'all ain't following this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Because I had such of a good time at the event. And like I said, I read it before I went to the event. And it was like, we bringing art and cocktails together to see how good it go together. I'm like, I mean, I love cocktails, first of all. First off, and I'm not against art, but I really did realize how well art and cocktails come together. You know what I'm saying?
And it was some dope ass.
Hello, it was really dope. So I woke up the next day, and I got on there and I asked everybody, I said, why y'all wasn't there? And a lot of people told me that y'all didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't know. Why you ain't tell us? Like, I thought it was my job to tell you motherfuckers.
They gotta change the people they
Thought
follow.
it was my motherfucking job. But then, once again, we're going to dig a little deeper. Because I'm like, literally, like, I just be trying to get to the root of things because it's so much shit that I don't know. So I be happy when people tell me about stuff. I be happy when I know about stuff. And I also try to still use that and help my people so they'll know about the next thing. So I woke up and asked everybody, and they said they didn't know, so I felt like it was my job. If I find out about some dope ass shit, I gotta tell y'all, because like I wanted to see a lot of people that I see go out every motherfucking weekend, but they wasn't at this motherfucking dope ass art exhibit. But they at the cocktail every Sunday, you know what I'm saying? They at this place every Friday, they at this place every Monday, like, we gotta step our game up because, like, art is something that I think we all can appreciate, whatever your art is. You know what I'm saying? It may not be a vase, nigga. It might be some shit you drew on your table, like, nigga, that's art. But I think we as a people should be a little more appreciative of art. So I really appreciated the event. You know what? I'm tired of talking, y'all. We just gonna bring this motherfucker up. We gonna bring him on up. Yeah, we gonna bring him on up. Bring him a chair, please. Because we're gonna ask him how he put this school down. So how he put it all together, you know, because like I feel like even that, I still feel like we still need to do a little more cross promotion. Because he was pushing the shit like fuck, but just on the strength that y'all didn't know, I want to figure out how we can help y'all know next time so y'all can experience it as well. Because it was really dope, you know? So with that being said, we got the owner of Flow Vodka in the building. Can I get a little love?
Doc Evans in the building. What's up, Doc Evans?
What's up, brother?
Yes. So
CEO of Flow.
Yes. So can you tell us about...
I'm a janitor too.
You who?
The janitor.
The janitor?
He sweep the floors.
I know that's right. I've been a janitor plenty of times. I feel you, janitor. If you're the janitor, you need to wear them little scullies that roll all the way up. That make you officially
You gotta
a janitor.
change your shoes too, bro. If you want to be a janitor.
Real quick, first of all, tell us about Flow Vodka.
Still in Bend, Oregon. I started it in 2012. But we're based out of Cleveland.
Okay, that's always good. So if y'all didn't know that, sometimes people don't know. So it's the knowing that we're trying to help y'all with right now. The not knowing. So it's based out of Cleveland, Flow Vodka. First of all, everybody I think should pick up their phones and follow him. You know, so next time when the event comes up, y'all won't say, I didn't know about it. You know, I'm just trying to tie y'all shoes on the low though.
So if there's people out here that don't know you, Doc, that want to know how could they even get into this realm? Some people think it's not even obtainable. Some people don't even think it's reachable for a black man to start his own vodka from the ground up. So what would you tell some people?
I think what most people kind of fuck up at when starting any business is having a plan. Like, you know, a lot of our people, our culture, they wait till they get the money to have a plan. So by the time you get the money, if you don't have a plan, shit, you know what I mean? You set yourself back right there.
I'm glad I started my shit without money.
You don't need money to do research.
Absolutely.
To develop a business plan or figure out how you want to go about actually starting whatever it is that you want to do. So I've spent hours inside coffee shops just building my plan and doing research. Research and development is key. You can find out anything you want by just fact checking and doing the research.
So we see you got a real unique bottle. How did you come up with that bottle shape and style of the bottle and everything?
So I originally drew it on a napkin, like just like free sketching, like how I would want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at any other brand, like cognac, whiskey, they all got like a real high-end, distinguished feel. But no vodka is really looked at as luxury. Like at all. Like when you look at old movies and two motherfuckers close a deal and they go to that bar to like celebrate, they never pour clear liquor.
No, they all dark shit.
Exactly. But most people don't understand that dark shit was clear when it went in the barrel. It's really the process in which it's made. You put water inside of a barrel for 2 years, that shit gonna be brown. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just a process. So, but I'm a vodka guy, so I wanted to create something that was lovely. So when I designed the bottle out, I knew I wanted the label to be metal. So I went online, I found this company, the whole website was in French. So I sent them an email through Google Translate. I typed it in English, translated in French, sent it to them, told them I don't speak French, even though my name's Jacques. So 2 days later, dude called me. He was like, yo, I'm Joel. I represent such and such company. He was like, I got your email. He was like, I'm the American rep that can help you, produce your bottle. He was like, I'll call you in 2 days. I'm going to Sacramento to the International Wine Convention. And then I told him I'll see him in a couple hours. I went and jumped on a plane and flew to Sacramento.
Hell yeah.
And I met him right then and there, and shit, the rest is history.
The rest is history. So, what about the name Flow? What inspired the name Flow?
It was just one of them, it just came to me in the middle of the night. Like literally just woke my wife up, like I'm gonna call it Flow. She's like, I like it. Then I just started designing the label, and I went with the bass clef, who was also known as the F note.
That's so dope. Please tell me. So, okay, like I said, literally, I still talk about this shit. I talked about the Heart of the Cocktail, since the Heart of the Cocktail. To the point where I thought it was just me, but then I made a post like a week later, like, nigga, I don't want to go nowhere else. I want to go to the Heart of the Cocktail, and everybody on my post was like, me too. Niggas was on the post talking about they waiting for next year because it was that dope. What? How the fuck? What? Where? How, Sway? How did you, what made you come up with that? I never even expected that, literally.
What is the Heart of the Cocktail?
Yes, tell us about the Heart of the Cocktail.
It was an event that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's kind of like we don't have a lot of events to draw people to come to Cleveland. Like, there's no reason to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have shit here that's annual event that people from out of town, seek out. And we don't have a lot of stuff here I feel like it's cultural. In the art space, it's a big community here that respects art, but it's not a black community.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm really into art. Like, I can draw and shit like that, but I never really took it serious. So this year I said I was gonna step out and get into the space and be known for an artist. So I reached out and collaborated with about 9 artists from all different states. And everybody came to town. I rented out Mocha. It's the first time in history Mocha's ever been bought out and curated by an outsider. Too, so.
Where's Mocha?
Mocha's on Euclid by Case.
University Circle.
University Circle.
Yes.
Yeah. Museum of Contemporary Art. Yeah. People have thrown parties there, but nobody's ever cleared Mocha out and hung all their own art.
Yes.
And revamped the entire space. That's when
it was dope as
So
fuck.
everything in the exhibit,
all 4 floors.
All 4 floors was your creative idea.
Yeah, everything.
That shit was amazing.
So you curated the whole show.
Yes.
And I put art pieces in it myself.
Right.
Yeah. And I got Lenny S to come to town.
So look, you had it was a 2-day event, which it's a lot of people that didn't even know it was a 2-day event, you know what I'm saying? It was like, the exhibit and the party the first day, and then the next day it was like you could actually come see the art, just without all the people.
Sunday, so we did a deal with a company called Sprayground. You ever heard of them?
No.
The backpack company. And they got deals with Beckham, Goose Landry, like all the athletes and shit like that. So we did a deal with Sprayground for my foundation. And the kids in my group, they all got to design a backpack. Got to draw on the backpack. And the owner from Sprayground came to town. And then Sunday, people actually walked through and got to see the kids work. And then we selected a kid, and they're going to launch their backpack with the company next school year. So we're trying to, birth the next group of artists.
Oh, that's super dope.
So that goes back to saying, like, when I was saying about how, Nipsey was doing so much, and a lot of people didn't know. Some people did, but like I said, a lot of people acted. I mean, I didn't say acting, y'all did. A lot of people didn't know about this event. Like, for your next event, how can we, like, make sure that other people know? Because I was appalled that they didn't know. I was appalled. Like, why y'all didn't come?
At the end of the day, we had 900 people.
900? So was the people that weren't supposed to be?
No, it ain't that. We had a lot of different jobs.
People are not into art.
They're not
That
into,
way.
and
They're
it's
not
like,
into the culture of art. They
yeah,
just like
and it's very,
different things.
it's not a lot of events in the city, I feel, that makes people want to come out the house and get dressed and like really,
That's an exclusivity type
you know what I'm
thing.
saying? It's
Right,
like-
so once again, like I said, I wasn't trying to be funny, but I was saying, were the people that wasn't there not supposed to be there? Because it was, when so many people told me they didn't know, I was like, well, everybody else knew. It was a really good vibe. Like, I mean, like, I left there, first of all, I went by myself. So I sat in the car for about 20 minutes, smoking my blunt, like, I'm mad I'm by myself. I'm mad I didn't have anybody to go with me that wanted to appreciate something like this. I was mad about that shit, so I had to pump myself up, like, but I was like, you know what? I'm going in here. It's gonna be dope. I'm dope. So I'm going to this motherfucker. And I bought my ticket last minute, so I never got my ring that everybody had. So everybody was posting their rings and shit. So I'm going to this bitch without my ring. Talking about, look, I paid for shit. And guess what? So I DM'd him, right? So I DM'd him and I said I didn't get like a verification or anything. I didn't get a ring because I was last minute. And he was like, all right, just come. So that's what I was sitting in the car contemplating. Yes, he responded to me. Yes, he did. He responded and said, just come. It's cool. So I'm sitting in the car, like I said, smoking my blunt, contemplating this shit. I go to the front door. I tell the lady off rip, I'm like, I paid. I started telling my story. I paid I did get my ring. She said, baby, come on, let me see your DM that you said you DM'd her. I showed her the DM. She said, come on, gave me my ring. Guess what happened with my ring, though, y'all? I got a ring. Soon I came in, I saw so many people that I knew. I started hugging people, dropped my ring, bitch. Soon I came in, okay? But it was like, I kept talking about it because I don't know about everybody else, but I hadn't been to something where it was so, first of all, that's somebody that I don't know personally, but I know of. And he put this beautiful event together. Everybody just was acting beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was dressed up so nice, and it was so many hugs and so many, hey girl, I see you doing your thing. And it was so much love in the building. I was full of everything. I couldn't even sleep. I woke up and was like, why the fuck wasn't y'all there? And I kept going on because I wanted everybody else to experience such a dope-ass event by somebody from our own city. Like, why the fuck?
So are you doing, will this be an annual thing?
Yeah, it will be. I'm already working on next year.
That's
And I've got a question for you too. Who is your favorite artist?
Don't really have one. Everybody's style is so different.
Yeah.
Like the people I had come was like.
Do you have a personal?
Yes.
Do you have a personal favorite artist that you like, or you just a connoisseur of the culture?
Yeah, it's so many dope artists out there.
Yeah.
Like it's some real live talent.
Because you know what art is.
I tend to only deal with people that do it for a living though.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of talented people in Cleveland. Like I didn't really choose a lot of artists from Cleveland because there's a lot of artists here that don't do it to survive.
Yeah.
So I wasn't chasing talent as much as I was chasing like
Hunger.
work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
everybody I chose, that's literally how they feed their family.
Absolutely.
So they do straight art, no side
Absolutely.
jobs, no none of that shit.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people I know that's real talented, they don't do it for a living, so I had to kind of make them sit out this event. And if I would have chose all local artists, the show would have only got local exposure.
Right.
It wouldn't have become a national event.
So will it be in the same vicinity year next year?
No, I think I'm gonna switch locations.
Gotta be bigger.
Because the museum didn't give me no support. Like, you know, like, what people didn't see is I had 24 hours to load in. You know what I mean? It was 400 people downstairs and I was still upstairs hanging art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't assist us in hanging no art. They didn't assist us in putting the lights on each picture. Like, we had to really bring everything in
Do you
ourselves.
understand the seed that you planted by just bringing culture to our culture? And I for one, was one of the people that was not there because I did not know. And I'm actually a lover of art. My favorite artist is Picasso. So, and I didn't know about it and until she talked about it, and now the seed is planted, and I definitely want to be there. So I think that that's a wonderful thing that you are bringing that to our culture with an urban twist. Because a lot of times with our culture, when we grow up at, you have to, you know, speak to people in their language. And that's how you become a true leader, is leading by example. So I think I'm gonna manifest this to you that you're gonna have it in a bigger place, that this is gonna bring, it's gonna be in a bigger revenue. Yeah.
So I got a question. Didn't you have art in there?
Yeah.
That was the crazy part. Like, you were artist too, dude. Man, because I was looking at the shit, somebody was like, yeah, he did that one. I was like, hold on, what you say? I said, oh, wait a minute. He not only put this motherfucker together, he actually got art in it. That's the shit that, like, I definitely salute you. Like I said, because I don't know you personally. Like, we ain't never just kicked it. But I know I've seen you plenty of places, and it's like, that's just raw as fuck. That you is looking like us, you know, we've been around, and you doing big shit like that. That's dope as fuck. And I feel like more people should want to support, and people always feel like I'm following. You should want to follow a motherfucker that's doing some dope ass shit because that inspire you to do some dope ass shit too.
Yes, planting the seed.
I woke up literally, you can ask them. I woke up early as fuck. I text them, we have a group text. I'm like, yeah, what's up? We need to have a meeting. Like, cause this shit is going. Like, because I just felt so inspired. Like, you really inspired.
That energy alone should make anybody excited.
Yes.
Because I didn't know anything about it. And you know, and I wish because I love art. Right. Just to be able to appreciate it, because to be a lover of art is to be in tune with your emotions. Right. And to be in tune with telling the story of your life. That's why I love Picasso in the Blue Period. That was my favorite period for him. So I want to see that, you know, and you're an African American man from Cleveland, where we're from, and you will inspire so many people. Because a lot of people, you know, art saving these kids' lives. That's why it's so important.
Art is a hell of a thing. It took me a while to
art saves lives. We need to keep that in schools, and we need to, if you have children, you need to give your children crayons and paint and color and tell them to express themselves. So if you have a positive narrative, you won't go run to the streets. You won't go run to drugs, or you won't run to something negative if you can take your emotions and put it on a canvas. So that's why, for me, I commend you for that.
Did you do the lottery one? Was it the lottery ticket?
Me and my daughter did the lottery one.
Yes, that shit was dope as fuck.
I did the newspaper boxes.
Yes, I was looking at the lottery because I'm a lottery head, and somebody like, he did that one. I'm like,
he
did this.
But that's what art does. It speaks to you.
So where did the motivation from the balls come from?
So one of our slogans is the caviar vodka. So I put
Those are caviar balls.
Yeah, I played in them.
So if y'all didn't go, he had a gift shop set up. And the gift shop was set up so cold. It had frosted flows, it had cereal.
Flow gum.
Everything. It had
jackets,
so much
cereal.
Shit. So what was the whole idea behind that for you setting a gift shop up like the way you did?
It was really just kind of laying out a plan to really do something different. You know what I'm saying? And truly, honestly, I had to put a lot of my trust in the city to even feel that people could come out and appreciate it.
Oh, they did.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, people don't go above and beyond for the events because I feel like people gonna come and they gonna trash it.
Right.
They're not gonna do the right thing, so they don't actually trust the crowd. You feel me?
But you gotta trust
You gotta trust the crowd.
Yes.
And for me, with doing the event, I went for quality over quantity.
Yes.
Like a lot of times when you're in that promoter mode, you just want 1,000 motherfuckers in the building.
Right.
You don't give a what they look like.
Right.
You don't care about none of that
Right.
shit. But with the art show, I wanted to really kind of create that separation.
It was.
And like the people that come out, they really trust that they was gonna come out. And I was impressed with the city. All
Right.
my friends that came in from out of town, we sold probably to 26 different cities of people that came from out of town. And they all were impressed with actually the city of Cleveland.
Yes, it was a beautiful event, man. I can't wait for next year, for one. I was excited that I was there, and like I said, I always use my social media as a platform, and everything that I said, all the feedback that I got, I knew it wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? The next morning, I'm like, I should have got there earlier. Everybody like, me too, me too, me too, me too, me too, me too. Everybody was so like excited about it. It made me feel good about just the culture of Cleveland.
But I think what we should do is we should try to assist him in
Yes.
advertising and marketing.
Yes.
If that's what something that we want to do is to help campaign
Yes.
and advertise it for him. We could do that. We could do that.
And
with
also
your
too,
podcast.
just
Absolutely.
your circles of people that you deal with. You know, so telling people like, if there's this guy, he's dope, he has
Absolutely.
art, and especially.
I feel like it's my duty for the next event because I like I said, I came hard on everybody the next day. Like, why the fuck wasn't you there, and you there? I mean, I done went ham on everybody because I see people partying so much. Why didn't y'all want to be at this classy party where everybody got suits on and everybody is feeling so sexy and it was so much love. Like I said, I didn't even know I was by myself. You know, I always feel sexy.
The dollar amount scared a lot of people too, though.
Huh?
The dollar amount scared
You think?
people too. Yeah, 100 a ticket.
And you know, they said on my post, they be lying though. But everybody like, $100 isn't nothing. You know, everybody kept saying $100 isn't nothing, but I do think that $100 scared people away for real. You know what I'm saying?
Shit separated.
But I
that's
still
a big thing.
feel like that separated the bullshit from the good
And
shit.
also, if there was a bundle of hair involved, they'd have bought the bundle.
Hello?
Instead of the ticket.
They didn't want to buy a $100 ticket for this amazing show, but they got $400 bundles, and they still don't have a copy. What you
That's why
say?
they shared the details.
Don't take anything personal today.
Sharing the details.
She said they ain't got no problem, but they get that head.
And I think that, yes.
Free liquor, free food all night. Because they need to be like that.
Right.
So that's what it was. He said it was a $100 ticket. He didn't go into detail because he didn't feel like he had to go into detail. But you know what, you did go into detail. You said what it was. And when I bought the ticket, I looked at your description and it was like, this is where art meets cocktails and how well they come together. And when I read that, I was like, that sounds sexy as fuck. Like, I'm in that bitch.
I want to say that what I appreciate about the event is a lot of places I go to in Cleveland that charge, well, they like just charge like $10 at the door. When I get in, I always feel like, man, what am I paying for?
Right,
Like,
right.
I experienced that more than anything. That was my first event ever in Cleveland. Where I feel like, man, that day was worth every
Man, you better
dollar.
say it.
It was like little small things, like they had like mashed potato bars.
Yeah.
Like, I was at that mashed potato bar for like an hour.
I know that's right. I know that's
I'm
right.
like a variations, man, but I wanted to say, man, that after I left there, for like a week straight, you was on my mind.
Yes.
And the thought process I had was, I looked at what you did, and I looked at what you were doing, like as far as art and boxing.
Right.
Then my mind started going further, like I started thinking about like Kevin Hart, like this man's a millionaire based off of just being a comedian. Or you able to do this type of thing just by being an artist, things of that nature.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, it's not, what made me stop selling drugs was, I'm like, it's not the product, it's the energy you put behind something. And I'm like, man, that man put so much energy behind this, it made me feel like I wasn't going hard enough.
Man, I'm trying to
You know
tell
what I
you.
mean? Like, and from that day on, and I didn't want to take that moment to even say, like, even like with Dead, man, like, and I respect you so much, man, because this man, he give me so many chances with me just trying to get it right for real, man. And I feel like that I'm finding my groove, but that man gave me the platform to keep on doing it like now, but I'm just a coach. But from that event, I started mashing gas on the poetry side.
trying to
and
tell
doors
you.
started opening up, but based on the fact, like, man, that man energy, behind this art, man, to take that man to a level that most people just dream about. Like, I looked at you in that moment the same way we looked at the big homies in the hood who had the dope, and I'm like, and we used to analyze that shit. In that moment, I'm not really, I don't find like fascination with any and everything, man. But the hustle, the energy, and the love behind what you're doing, man, it changed my life, man.
Yes, I'm with you with that. I'm with you with that. I felt that same energy.
You know what? Speaking from a person who didn't go, just seeing everybody's appreciation and happiness behind it, and how you inspire them. That's the true pain.
Yes.
That's the true pain. And the fact that you said the number one key thing was the love and the energy. So whatever your path is, we all have doing this, but we all have separate paths. So whatever that is, you put your energy and love into it, and it will manifest. And he's an example of that. So I just, as a lover of art, commend you just for that, because I would definitely be there.
So what made it a 2-day event? Are you going to be the next one going to be a 2-day event, or are you going to keep it 1 day?
The next one, we'll probably try to keep it open for a week.
Oh my God,
But this time,
amazing.
like they dropped the ball. We had the museum for 4 days, but we needed a whole day to put it together. Because we literally had one that was painted black, we had to paint it. And we had to paint it back white. So Sunday night after we shut down at 6 p.m., 40 people showed up, and we all took down all the art, and I had to physically wrap all the art, crate it, load it up, then the elevator broke down, couldn't get the car out. Like, it was just bullshit after bullshit.
But you kept going.
People that didn't see the love. That's good. The next one will be at least a week. The 2 days wasn't enough.
And just in general, even anticipate his next event. Go to the museums that we have here. The Cleveland Museum of Art is phenomenal. I have pictures in my phone next to the most beautiful Picassos, the most beautiful. We have nights.
Before y'all even go to the museum, though, I would like, if y'all not already, to go follow him. You know what I'm saying? Go follow him on Instagram. It's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of people that we have in our own city that we just don't, I don't know if it's pride, I don't know what it is. Go follow your peoples that's doing some shit, man. It's very inspiring.
And just culture yourself in general. So, just culture yourself, just with him, and just go learn about what we got here in the city. Because I go to the Museum of Art all the time, and they have a wonderful place there that I go on Sundays that you can have brunch. And it's fabulous brunch, and you can go visit the museum. I do that on Sunday. So just check that out. We do everything else. We don't culture ourselves. And one thing about art, it helps you appreciate yourself. It helps you deal with your feelings and your emotions. And you can see people tell their stories through paintings. So definitely check that out. So you can be mentally prepared for what you see when he comes back.
So we want to thank you for coming in and giving us this interview. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm tired of talking about it. I'm glad you're here. Niggas tired of hearing me talk about this shit. Like, why you wasn't there, bitch? They're like, girl, sit your dumb ass down somewhere, please. But thank you so much, because I literally was motivated like fuck by that shit. That shit is amazing. And I'll definitely be there next year and the year after that. And the year after that.
I got some other stuff coming up in between that too.
I appreciate you in the city.
So y'all look out for anything you got going on.
Make sure y'all follow him on
If y'all follow us, y'all gonna follow him, because y'all
Absolutely.
gonna see this shit on our reposts and our stories, just like we did for the art show.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna see the same thing.
Yeah.
So y'all pay attention, keep y'all eyes open, and say the date when y'all see it.
Yes, and if you guys are not following Stoney in the City on social media, y'all need to go follow Stoney in the City. If y'all want to go see previous episodes, y'all need to go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Stoney in the City.
Right
All
now.
that shit, Stoney in the City. Get with us, because, we trying like this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna put a motherfucking weed museum together, no, I'm playing. But we appreciate everything you do. We appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all come to Renee's place. They always got good food. They always got a good vibe. Always got a good crowd. And just support your local people in your city that's doing good things. Don't always hop on Kanye dick and Kim Kardashian dick when there's people in your city doing good things.
You got your
We
own
working.
dick.
How about mommy? No, I was playing. So,
Hold on, what you touching? Get off this. Me too.
I'm just playing. So this is episode 9 of Stoney in the City. We are moving along. We are trying to continue to get bigger and better. Anything you guys got going on, we will promote y'all just because y'all support us. Send y'all whatever. If you selling whatever, if you got something going on, let us know because we want to shout y'all out because social media is big, and through social media we can show support, show love, let everybody know what everybody else got going on. Shout me out, sister. I shout you out, baby. I got you. Thank you. Okay, real quick, come and celebrate my 50th birthday with me on April 6th, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Old Library, 5437 Broadway, $10 to get in. It's my girl's birthday. She's been down here every week for real. Make sure y'all go out and support her. Thank you guys so much for fucking with us, because we fuck with y'all. And this is episode 9 of Stoney in the City.
Yeah.